Hello, everybody. My name is David Pyro. I am an online entrepreneur. As a lot of you well know, I have chosen Shackley as my exclusive supplier for my online business. And I had a good friend of mine, Tony Banner, put some slides together and through the Your Freedom Project, she offers these slides to us. I actually did part two. This is part one. So here I am, Mr. Organization, with not too many techie skills, but I'm able to load these slides and I'm doing part one now. I already have part two done. They will be up at my website, davidpyro.com, under blogs. Let's just see. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so we still have those files. So if we go here, I will just show you that I am davidpyro.com. I have all these web properties because I am an online entrepreneur. I had to put them somewhere, so I created what I call my hub site. To piggyback on what I'm going to show you here in a minute, you can explore the opportunity. You can click here. You can discover how I do it by clicking here. We do in 8 days. It'll be Wednesday the 8th, whatever Wednesday next week is, 8 days from today. We will be talking about the coronavirus 101 with Dr. Browse. He's amazing. Oh my goodness, this guy is so factual, so to the point, so spot on. So you might want to join us in 8 days. You can register here. But I just wanted to show you, I have a blog, and my most recent blog is right here, the 7 immunity fortifying supplements that may help you build your immune system. So you can click on that. I think it took me about 25 minutes to do that. But anyhow, what I want to do today is I want to talk about the rise of the online entrepreneur. If you are sitting at home and you're looking for a positive distraction, may I say, and I would encourage that for everybody. Yeah, get your facts, get your coronavirus updates, do what we're being told to do. But here might be a good distraction for you. It's our lifestyle series, The Rise of the Online Entrepreneur, how everyday people are creating wealth and freedom by starting online businesses in their spare time. The career landscape has changed dramatically. It has changed dramatically just in the last 4 weeks, and many people are still working in a model that is completely out of date. My slides were put together over a year ago, so they might be a wee little bit out of date, so I'll just kind of correct them as we move through this. So what worked for previous generations just isn't working as well for people today. People are basically overworked and underpaid. You have talent that you have, but not being used to benefit you. Well, we have the solution for that. But anyhow, they have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure and stress, and chronic stress is a big deal. And even if your employer loves you, one day they may have to cut you. There is, in fact, a better way when it comes to making a living. And what you'll learn today on this short, brief webinar of about 15 or 20 more minutes, we're going to explore 3 important questions. First, what's really going on in our working world today? Second, in this new economy, is it better to become an entrepreneur, or is it safer to work for someone else? Here we have Robert Kiyosaki, and it's backwards, but he has The Business of the 21st Century, the rich dad, poor dad guy, Robert Kiyosaki, did not accept network marketing at first, but now he fully endorses it. And he says it's one of the smartest things you can do is have your own online business. And that's what we're going to offer here. And so is it better to become an online entrepreneur? If a person decides to become an entrepreneur and start their own online business, how can they do it without taking on massive risks? Our intention is to give you the information, and that's all we do is share information, allow you to do with it whatever you choose, but we're always here to help and aid and facilitate. Our intention is to give you the right amount of information that will allow you to make choices that are not limited by an outdated model. So what's really going on? And we talk about this in April. This was last year now. There were 1.2 million long-term unemployed individuals. Long-term unemployment is when workers are jobless for 27 weeks or more. Then you get kicked out of the system and they don't count you anymore. If you haven't found a job in 6 months, the government doesn't call you unemployed. They pretend you've dropped out of the labor force. So unemployment numbers are often worse than they represent, and they're just not always 100% accurate. The two causes of long-term unemployment are cyclical unemployment, and that is often caused by a recession. And it looks like we're going to be pushed into a kind of an automatic recession here with so many people not working now. But there still are people working, so I'm taking the precautions necessary, especially the people in the hospitals and the people that are caring for the people that got sick. What a challenge. But anyhow, then there's structural unemployment. And that occurs when workers' skills no longer meet the needs of the job market. And that happens quite a bit. Trade agreements, Donald Trump, say what you want, good or bad or somewhere in between, but and now it's really time to boot China out of our life forever and bring all those jobs back here. And that's going to happen, I do believe, especially with what I'm hearing and reading. So anyhow, trade agreements, competition, and technological advancements are just a few of the factors driving these. Looking back in history, these changes used to take many, many years. But today, these changes are occurring in one day, and we don't have the social structures to deal with it or to retain the unemployed people. So a lot of it is just having the skills. The jobs are out there, but the skills don't match. And that's what Beth Anna Bovino said in her interview with Working Nation. She's the chief U.S. economist for S&P Global in New York. She points to it's a skills mismatch as the reason employers aren't hiring the 6.4 million people who are actively looking for work. Once again, there are jobs out there, there are people, but the skills just don't match up in a lot of cases. The jobs are actually there, but the skills and or the wages aren't a fit. And once again, we already referred to best-selling author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki writes, the idea of job security is obsolete, but it's still taught inside our school system. Job security really comes down to you and your talents and your ability to work and to stick with something. So you are your own best asset. And Kiyosaki mentions that. Once again, not his most popular book, but his series have been very popular. He calls it the business of the 21st century. And he says it's one of the smartest things anybody can do is to have an online business. And there's reasons for that. And one of the reasons is because most people, the 44 plan where you can graduate from college, get a job, work for 40 hours a week for 40 years is pretty much gone. I mean, it can still happen and it does, but it's certainly not as frequently as in our parents' days or, in times gone by. The 40-40 plan, you work for 40 years, 40 hours a week to get 40% of what your income, which wasn't enough for all the 40 years you were working anyhow. So there's a shift, and there's ways to avoid this and to do more and to be better and bring your talent to the table. And so anyhow, let's see how this is affecting the middle class. They don't have one in California anymore. You're either real rich or you're real poor. Well, how is all this affecting the middle class? In 2019, the middle class is still shrinking. And in California, they're saying that you're either real rich or you're real poor, and there really is hardly a middle class in California, one of the most liberal states in the world, or in the U.S., one of the most liberal states in the union, I should say. So anyhow, the middle class is still shrinking, stagnating, and becoming less secure, even as the world enters the 10th year of economic growth. So here we go. Households with annual income within 50% of the median. And you can see in 2000, it just keeps going down and down. So anyhow, let's look at the next slide. So what happens to the middle class people who are dropping off the ends of the chart? They become what's called the working poor. Evidence of that can be seen in the food stamp usage in America, which has diminished. So once again, these slides aren't 100% up to date, but with some of the programs and things that Donald Trump has done, a lot of people have gotten off of food stamps. It seems like one of our parties isn't too happy about that. They like when people are on food stamps. But I think it's an achievement when you can get people off of food stamps, help them become a productive member of society. So it has grown from less than 20 million to more than 40 million in 2017. And not going to give away my political affiliations, but we know who was um, in office during those years and why it skyrocketed. But now with a new regime in there, it's kind of reversing somewhat. So anyhow, millions of college grads are deep in debt for student loans, and you probably paid too much to go to school. Now they're talking about the price gouging that a lot of universities are doing. And student loan debt is worse than credit card debt. Wow. And really, no way to get around it. So the problem with student loan debt is you can never be forgiven. With credit card debt, you can declare bankruptcy and all is forgiven. But the student loans will stick with you forever. Well, anyhow, and the average earnings of college grads has been going down, making it harder for them to work their way out of their crushing debt load. How true. Here's another sobering statistic. The average person who has been working a lifetime in America today is retiring at 65 with $41,000 in assets. They earn just enough to survive. This is the reality for the future. And I will tell you, I mean, I wouldn't feel bad. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Edgar Snyder nailed me for everything I had back in 2000. And I had to start over 20 years ago living in a cash world. So, but now I'm finding, and once again, I mentioned I turned 65 yesterday. So if you have retirement staring you in the face and you want to retire, as Robert Kiyosaki, I shouldn't keep, bringing up Robert Kiyosaki, but if you read all his books, to me, they make a lot of sense. But he says, even for retired people, and we did a program last Wednesday night, if anybody wants it, we talk about why the program and what I'm talking about here today is so important and so viable for people who are looking at retirement. And almost accidentally, that has become my niche market. But that doesn't mean if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, that if you want additional income, I mean, we even have the 4-year career, where if you bring all your talent and resources to the table and put in a consistent effort, you could obtain retirement, good income, and then basically retire in 4 years. And we have a plan for that too. So even if you're 60 or 65, I mean, some people have been retired a few years and they're thinking like, am I going to outlive my money? And these are sincere concerns. Go to Florida and talk to people. You'll find out how worried they are about outliving their money. So this is the reality for the future. If you're not working for yourself or you have a side gig of your own, it's going to be pretty hard road for a lot of people. Is it better to become an entrepreneur? Robert Kiyosaki thinks it is. Most people I talk to tell me they don't look forward to going to work. They wish they didn't have to live by their alarm clock. They wish they could spend their time on their own terms, doing the things they want, golfing on the nice days and not waiting till a weekend when you might end up with rain or something else. So they wish they could choose who they worked with, and we get to do that in this industry. Your co-workers, friends, business partners are usually fun. I mean, you'll end up hanging out with fun people who like to have a good time, generate good income, and do fun things, and it's all going to come back in time once the curve starts going the other way. So I feel sorry for the person who dreads going to work. And I read a statistic, I don't know if it was in Kiplinger's or the Wall Street Journal, but anyhow, I didn't know the number. It was somewhere around 70% of people wake up Monday morning and dread going to work. I mean, the statistic is high. Seemed a little high to me, and I think it's somewhere around 70%. They hate their alarm clock. I read another little report where they said most heart attacks occur on Sunday night or Monday morning when people are dreading the fact that they have to wake up and go to work at a job they don't like. So it takes its toll. Who lives for the weekends? We just mentioned that, with this business, you get to golf and go swimming and hiking and biking and canoeing and kayaking and speedboat, skiing and jumping and whatever. You get to do it on the days it's nice, not when the calendar tells you it's a weekend. Um, is there any office politics where you work? Well, gee, I hope not, but there might be. I feel for the people who have to work 50 weeks a year just to be able to have 2 weeks for vacation. I'm going to tell you right now, and what we do, we tell people carve out 5 to 10 to 15 hours a week of doing income producing activities, and you'll have more than a 2 week vacation every year. And do you know what happens to most of them? They don't have a vacation. They have a staycation. Oh, new word, staycation. Did that go in the dictionary? But that's when you stay at home on your vacation time because you don't have enough money to go do something. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, I've stayed at home and painted my house on my vacations, and and that was okay. And there's a lot of great things to do right here in Western PA. So I'm not all against staycations or stay vacations, or where you stay in your local area and you don't pack up the car and drive to the shore. But anyhow, they have time off of work, but they don't get to go where they want to go because they're overextended financially. They have all this debt. They have to spend most of their life in traffic. They don't have the power of choice in their life. I feel sorry for that group of people because there's a better way. They just don't realize it. And maybe some of you, once again, are sitting at home with some time on your hands. So hopefully we've created some interest. So how can you take back control of your financial situation regardless of how the economy is doing? Our business booms. We're up 60% in March, in spite of the times we're living in. A lot of people put their futures into stocks and equities. They put their futures on the hands of other people and hope the stock market goes up. Speaking of volatility, it goes up, but it goes down. But I'm not against the stock market by any means. But do we have time to babysit it? Anyhow, we believe you are your better investment. And that's what I said earlier. Job security is basically out the window in most cases. I can't say forever or always in every case, but you are your best job security. You are your best investment. So salaries in the United States, 50,000, middle class. The average household income in the United States is approximately 50,000 a year, or what they call the middle class. Okay? To reach the top 25% of income earners, you need to earn at least 90,000 a year. Okay, so that's the upper top 25%. To reach the top 10 would be a household income of 140,000, and to be in the top 1%, you need a combined household income of at least $380,000 a year. Okay, salaries in the United States, 140,000 puts you in the top 10. Okay, so here's the question. What do you think will give you the best chance to move up and get to the top 25% or better? In my opinion, and in the opinion of many experts, including Kiyosaki, the answer is to become an entrepreneur, to become your own boss, even if it's just part-time. Most people who do what I do, they start this out as part-time to complement their existing income. I hope everybody has their main source of income still intact. But we know that that's not true, especially right now. So, how to start without taking on massive risk? Most people shy away from having a business because of the substantial risk associated with a traditional business. The traditional offline business, a brick and mortar type situation, requires large upfront investment, high risk, and you may need to quit your current job to run it. Versus an online business, a small upfront investment, lower risk. You usually don't need to quit your job to run it until you're making enough that you can replace that income, and then you can quit your job. But you don't have to initially, and most people don't. Most people bring this on. They carve out 5 to 10 to 15 hours a week, and they can just move forward with that. And then, it's a complement to your existing income at first, but it can become full-time career type income. Now, there are more ways than ever to get started online without taking on massive risk. Here are the core types of business opportunities online. Distributing. or selling your own products. Well, that would take a lot of work because you'd have to make the product and then do all your online advertising. You could market somebody else's products. You could offer a service. You could be an influencer. Online option, selling physical digital products. There's affiliate marketing where you actually recommend and get paid to promote other people's products. You could be an Amazon or an eBay reseller. That's an option. You could have an online shop of some sort where you sell some products. Software as a service. An infopreneur where you offer information and get paid to offer the information, and or network marketing. Offering a service. That could be virtual assistants. I actually have a VA that helps me with some of my techie stuff because I'm not very techie and I don't really have a strong desire to get real techie. But I do what I have to do and get by. And what I can't do, I give it to my virtual assistant. A social media manager. And if you have that talent, you could offer it to a corporation, but with what we offer, you can do it for yourself, and you are the direct recipient of your success. So if you have talent and you know about social media marketing, you have a jump start on some of us that didn't know that when we got started. So if that interests you and you want all your efforts and all your talent to come back to you and you get directly rewarded for it, that's a big part of what we do. Social media consultant, an SEO specialist, and or a business coach. I have a business coach and he's the one that told me I have to go live. I was scared at first. I didn't want to do this, but I'm coachable. I coach ice hockey. I want the players to kind of buy in and we work as a group for the betterment of the team. And so, I have a business coach and I listen to him. I should probably listen to him even more and be even more coachable. But nonetheless, I have a business coach and he says, David, you should go live with what we call Dave's Dialogue at least once a week. And I go live once a week and sometimes 2 times. You could be an influencer, a blogger. I just showed you I have a blog, and you can go to davidpower.com, click on blog, and you can see all my blogs. You could be a YouTuber, a podcaster, a social influencer. So anyhow, things to consider with an online business. The startup costs. How hard is it to learn? Does it interest you? Does it offer residual income where you can make money when you're sleeping? Work once and get paid for the rest of your life. Oh, what a unique and what a concept, huh? Do you have a high quality repeat use product? Well, in our case, what we offer, yes. And how will you handle fulfillment? Well, I don't do it, but the Shackley Corporation does it for me, and I'm very happy with the service I get from them. And what are the costs of servers and apps? And can you develop a team to gain leverage? These are things to consider with an online business. After looking at the entrepreneurial options, one particular path to become an entrepreneur that many of the experts recommend and what I prefer is to start a network marketing business. Once again, Robert Kiyosaki recommends it. It has some of the best attributes of the different types of online businesses I just reviewed. Some people call it direct selling because the product is being sold directly from the manufacturer to the end customer. Other people call it multi-level marketing because there are multiple levels of commissions paid. I call it free enterprise at its best, where people can rise up out of the ashes, bring all their talent to the table, and if they put in a focused, consistent effort, good things can happen. And within the Your Freedom Project, we show you how you can create sales without specializing in direct selling. A lot of people shy away from selling. Well, with our content, with our educational platform that we use through the Your Freedom Project, we actually obtain sales by educating the people we work with. So it's kind of called educational marketing, but we can teach you how to create sales without really specializing in direct selling. The most common term today is network marketing. So once again, it doesn't matter what you call it. I call it free enterprise at its best. And if you do your due diligence, like Robert Kiyosaki, because he didn't recommend it at first, he shied away from it. He thought it was some kind of scam or something. But once he did his due diligence and he really researched the industry, he now strongly recommends it. And he thinks it's one of the smartest things you can do. So it gets the name because people distribute a product or service through a large network of distributors who are really independent entrepreneurs, right? And you're rewarded for your efforts uh, and your successes. And it can be done offline and online. We have a program, this YFP, the Your Freedom Project, would allow you to work 100% online, where all you need really is a smartphone. Now, I can't do it just on my smartphone because it's too small, too tedious. So I have a laptop and a cell phone. And that's really all you need. And wherever you can take your phone and get an internet connection, whether it's on the beach or out up on a mountain or wherever, I mean, you can do this from anywhere. You can go visit your grandparents, your parents. You can go visit your children. You can be in any part of the world. Really, we're an international globally. Shackley is recognized internationally as the premier health and nutrition, wellness and prevention company because of the outstanding products. We can't not mention that. But it can be done offline and online. You may wonder if network marketing is a viable business model. Consider the famous authors and business people who endorse the industry. Multi-billionaires are also adding network marketing companies to their portfolio of companies. Warren Buffett has purchased, I know he purchased one. He might be up to 2 or 3 network marketing companies now. Why would Warren Buffett, the guru of investments, invest in this industry? If he's not one of the smartest, shrewdest, calculating investors of all time, and I know he bought one for sure, and he may have bought even more, but why would one of the premier investors invest in network marketing? Think about it. Network marketing companies aren't $50 million companies either. They do hundreds of billions in sales per year. Why do we recommend it? Low startup costs and low overhead. You're working from home, and now you'll actually get business deductions for working out of your home that you normally wouldn't get if you were a W-2. Okay, because now you're going to be a 1099. And Kiyosaki wrote a book on the quadrant and how you can move from one side to the other and become a business owner. So you can start part-time and grow to full-time. We already talked about that. That's how most people do it. We do have a proven system similar to a franchise that anybody can plug into. So we always know what to do next. And so we have a system, and you just plug into it. Do ABC, 1, 2, 3, XYZ. You can get training from people with experience, and we have people that make $40,000 a month and more, a lot more. And they offer their experience, they offer their expertise, and they will coach and guide, and they do it for free in a lot of cases. They just want to help the next person rise up out of the ashes and move forward in a significant way. So we get training from people that have great experiences, and they're willing to share. They share their secrets. Okay, that makes no sense, but they do. They'll share all their secrets. And we've said that for years. In this business, we share all our secrets. A little play on words for you. You don't have to create everything from scratch. No, you just plug into a system. We got the products, we got the system, we got the coaching, we got the training, and you have a proven product already. I mean, Shackley products have been around since 1956. They've never wavered. The business philosophy and the slogan is the golden rule, and their product philosophy is products in harmony with nature and good health. Never strayed in almost 65 years now. Okay, so why do we recommend it? You're part of a supportive community of entrepreneurs, like-minded people. And if you join my team and come on board with me, I have a vested interest in your success. And it is so much teamwork and team building. And the support you get is unbelievable. It's loving, kind, sincere support. No office politics, no backstabbing of any kind. It's just people lifting people on a regular basis. You can create residual income. Work once, get paid forever. You can make money while you're sleeping. And who just said that? Oh, some big time guru of something. He said, you want to get to the point where you can make money even when you're sleeping. So anyhow, offers great rewards like bonus cards and amazing travel opportunities. We offer that. The company handles most of your accounting, legal, and most of the administrative work. I'm not going to say you have to do a little, but you don't have to do a ton of it. You can create an income by specializing in teaching versus selling. And that's a big thing that we like to talk about is we can teach you how to create income by moving products, but you don't do it by direct sales. You do it by teaching and coaching and sharing educational content. And you can do it all online using your laptop and your smartphone if you want to. If you're really good on your phone, that's all you need is a smartphone. That in most cases is way smarter than me. But anyhow, so here are, and we had people when some of these network marketing companies bellied up and people were looking like, well, we like the concept, we like how it works. And they were looking for a new company to grab a hold of or to move over to. Shackley was the only one that actually would show anybody. These are just from 2017. Once again, my slides were done in 2019, early part, about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, I put this together. But in 2017, average annual income ranges for part-time online entrepreneurs using the supplier we recommend, which is certainly Shackley. But within Shackley, if you become a director, the average is 10,000. The director, their high side of the average 1/3 was 19,000 a year. And it just moves up. Senior director, we'll look at the averages. Once again, we have the lowest 3 and the highest 1/3. But if let's just coordinators make about 22, which is almost 2,000 a month more. What would you do if you had $2,000 more a month coming in? They say the average foreclosure could have been prevented if the family could somehow have brought in, I think it's 300 to 500 more a month. They could have, it's 300. 300 would avoid most foreclosures. Here we're showing, senior coordinator, 33, executive. And anyhow, these are just averages. And this would be, they say part-time 6 to 20 hours. I kind of use the term 5 to 10, 10 to 15. I don't even think you have to work 20 hours to attain this. Now, it'll take time. We are not a get-rich-quick scheme, but you do get paid directly on your own efforts and your own successes. So there you go. So many stay-at-home moms would love to earn a little extra money at home for the family. It's changed the lives for these women. Tiffany Vinh from Vietnam, able to pay for a Harvard degree with her business. Oh, well, Tiff, what was her mom's name? Her mom, well, they came from Vietnam, the poorest of poor. And they looked at this opportunity and the mother-daughter grabbed it. And now the mother is helping. Well, her daughter, Tiffany, became a Shackley distributor and she's making enough to pay her way through Harvard. Wow. Vietnam, poorest of poor, came over, saw the opportunity, had talent, but had desire, and their story is totally amazing. But anyhow, Tara marrying, and she was a former sewing teacher. She taught people how to sew, but now she's able to stay at home. She earned a bonus car, the incentive trips, has her own live stream show on Facebook. Tara's a rising superstar in the industry. God bless her. And you see her nice bonus car she has there. And Katie Oldham, and built a career income from home using social media. Her big thing was Instagram, and she just did a training series on Instagram that I flunked out of, and I'm going to have to look at it again because a lot of people are using Instagram, and she did, and her smartphone, and she's had quite a bit of success, and now she even helps us with our social media type stuff. So once again, and she has no vested interest, but she reaches out and she does trainings for us, and it's everybody helps everybody. A rising tide floats all boats, or a rising tide will float all boats. So how are people creating wealth and freedom with a network marketing business online? They switch brands. That's one of the first things you do is you switch brands and get to know the products. And really, once you find out how good they are, and if they do what we tell you they're going to do, and they do, and they're guaranteed 100%, you'll want to switch. So when you switch brands, you're not creating new and additional money that you're spending. You're just redirecting your spending. You're just switching brands. And switching brands can change your life. So we're not asking you to spend new money. We're just asking you to redirect some of the money you're currently spending. Powerful concept. Very, very simple. Find a few customers using educational marketing strategies, and we give you a ton of content. We give you a ton of educational stuff. This webinar is, this will be up on my blog, and then you can take people to my website and play it for your friends and family and interested parties who may be looking to make extra money working from home online. I don't know. You help other budding entrepreneurs get started and copy their process. Duplication, teamwork, helping each other. Now, as simple as this sounds, I'm not going to say it's easy, and it's not. If it was easy, everybody would be making 6 figures staying at home working 10 hours a week. So it does take work. Any business takes hard work, resources, and persistence. And we talked about that. I mentioned that as I worked my way through these slides. And that's exactly true. It takes hard work. You bring all your resources to the table. You stay persistent. You stay consistent. And good things can happen. And we're here to help you every step of the way. And I have a team around me who's also vested in my interest, so they'd be vested in your interest, and they're going to give you their expertise when we ask for it or when we need it. It's a great concept. But if you have even the slightest interest in becoming an entrepreneur, I encourage you to reach out to the person who invited you and schedule a free tour of their online evaluation classroom so you can learn. I do. I have the 3 classroom evaluation process where it's free to look. There's no pressure whatsoever. We just, in 3 classrooms, just like going to school, we give you a little bit of initial overview, and then you get to make an educated decision. And that's really all we ask. Consume the information, absorb it, evaluate it. That's the evaluation classroom, that word right there. And then make an educated decision. And if it's no, it's no. It's okay. I will still love you. And life goes on. But, and sometimes it's not ready for you right now. But bookmark it and come back to me, because I'm the one who reached out to you, or, and reach out to me, and we can help you get started. We're winding down here. The incredible classrooms, and in those classrooms, the incredible benefits offered with the industry and/or Shackley can offer you. It allows you to awaken your dreams, because people have quit dreaming in some cases. The system we use to find and manage our customers, we have a contact manager, and we show you how to find new customers in a very professional way. How to create sales without selling, that's huge. And we can show you how to do that in these classrooms, what the products are, and options for getting started. So you can take the tour of the classrooms. I'm going to show you how to get a hold of me, and you could be up and running in your own online business within a week if that's what you want to do. So we wish you luck on your journey to build wealth and freedom for your family. So, and I want to thank you for watching. And once again, what I am going to do is go to davidpyro.com, as I am an online entrepreneur. Here's me talking up in the corner live, but this is my website where I put all my web properties. A really, really good place to start. Warm market or cold market. If you know me or you don't, I would just helping people live a lifestyle of personal freedom. Discover how I do it. You would click here, and you give me a little bit of just an email and your name, and we can get you into the classrooms where you can evaluate this whole process, this program that we offer, and make an educated decision. That's all we ask. Absorb some information, and then make an educated decision. So go to davidpyro.com. Once again, this is, you can learn a little bit about me. We can go to the events calendar. We have a slider up here. In 8 days, we will talk about Coronavirus 101. I'll just go there real quick. It's middle of the afternoon. Maybe you're just putting puzzles together and you have a little bit of time. But if you go to davidpyro.com and click on my events, I hit the wrong. You want to go to events. That's my latest blog, though. I hit the blog button. But you can register. This Dr. Richard Grouse, he is so spot on. I mean, he's a pro. He knows it. He researches, and when he does a presentation, boy, it's just straightforward, great information. Just an unbelievable presenter, wealth of information, has all the credentials. But this will be, this is in the news, so you want to know about Coronavirus 101 with Dr. Richard Browse. So you can learn more. You sign up. It's on next Wednesday, April 8th. But just go back. I'm getting off track here. I get so excited about what we do and how we help people in many avenues of life. Here we go. So we're going to help people live a lifestyle of personal freedom. So anyhow, that's my presentation for the day. If you do go to davidpyro.com, you can scroll down. I did do the immunity fortifying supplements. That's a nice little blog. I'm proud of all my blogs. I put a lot of time, effort, research. Everything's documented. Everything's, just good information that could help you. But this is, and at the bottom, I'm just going to show you. If you scroll to the very bottom, here's my phone number. You can call me. You can text me. My email is david@davidpyro.com. That's in here somewhere. But anyhow, thanks for your time. Stay safe. Do what you're supposed to do. And if you are sitting at home and you're looking to create some income, maybe now I hope not, but maybe, your normal job is delayed. Maybe you're laid off. Maybe you're furloughed. Hopefully you're not terminated. But it doesn't matter. Even before the coronavirus came about, this was still a very viable way to create extra income working from home. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me and we can move you forward, get you in the classrooms. You can evaluate with no pressure whatsoever and make an educated decision. Okay, well, last day of March. So hopefully we can just keep moving forward one step at a time. Once again, do what you're supposed to do. Tell the ones you love them. And with that, I'm just going to say bye for now.